You know how in Palworld all of the human pals that you ethically capture are kind of useless in combat?
Who says that has to be true forever?
Hello, my fellow pal traders. Welcome. Have you been struggling with your human slave? Has it not been performing as well as your animal slaves? Do your ball occupants not have equal pow to their attacks when you so graciously release them and command them to murder your enemies for you? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to How to Train Your Human. Such a different tone of film. Okay, look, we all know that capturing merchants and even black marketeers is really effective for, like, your base. You can have a merchant make the nails that you then forcibly sell him as a good little gold loop. You can have the black marketeers wandering around, or at least sat in your pal box, so you can buy and sell, again, ethically sourced pals for money without having to go find them. Hell, honestly, selling black marketeers fellow humans is quite good. A black marketeer will buy another black marketeer for thousands of gold, just as a little tip for you. But a lot of the time, you may have thrown out your human and it's punched something because all it can do is punch, even if it had a minigun or a rifle or a pistol, etc., or a flamethrower. It won't actually use its weapons, it'll just punch for pathetic damage and be useless in combat. Well, I'm here to change that way of thinking. Firstly, the black marketeers themselves that you can find all around the place, they are quite chunky boys, and they will take some serious capturing. While they have a minigun, of course, as I've just said, they won't actually use it, which is really annoying, but the thing is, they have like 20,000 health at level 40 when you capture them. If you get them up to level 50, well, you can start to see just how tanky they can become. So very specifically, if you just want a big walking damage sponge that's going to take like a tower boss's attention and just never die while you kill it, they are particularly good. But that aside, I am here to give you the damage. So, let's do this. Did you know, actually, you can teach your human pal friends skill fruits, any of them, and they will successfully learn the move? The only catch is that then makes them absolutely pathetically useless in combat, even less so than normal. They just will simply not use their attacks anymore, which is quite the shame, but hey, it's nice knowing that technically speaking, your new human pal can fire a laser, just not when you're looking. In any case, what we want then is a very specific human. 90% of them cannot do anything but punch lamely in combat. But there is one particular human, a Syndicate member, that you can find in the desert to the northeast. So teleport over there, have a look around, and you'll find groups of them wandering the sands. Kill all of the, useless ones. And then what we want is him, the Syndicate Elite, with his rocket launcher, which, as we know, does a lot of damage. But the thing is, for him specifically, when you catch him, he will still punch for explosive, and yes, AoE, if there's a group of enemies clustered together, rocket launcher punches. Which means it is entirely possible to have your own Saitama pal absolutely annihilating everything, as you're seeing him doing immediately upon being caught, just one-shotting all of the other dudes his own level. So if we get him leveled up to level 50, have him have a go against something like Victor and Shadowbeak, the hardest boss, he's punching them for like 500 damage a slap, which in the time would be about 150k of the boss's health at around a punch every 2 seconds, which is really good. Bear in mind, 500 damage is more damage than a base level 50 Jet Dragon Legendary does on his individual hits. Like, that's ridiculous. ridiculous. But we can push it even further because you can enhance your human pals. And I mean that literally. You can feed them pal souls. Let's not think about the actual mechanics of this. It's kind of horrifying. And get them all amped up like normal. An extra 30% attack, defense, and health, which is really, really good. But we can take it even further. Something generic that works on everything, like the attack food for an extra 10% damage, is also good. And you can essence condense your humans. Now, this one might be the more morally questionable. You know, you put your Syndicate Elite in, you juice other humans. They could be any other humans, they don't have to be other Syndicate Elites. And then you make him drink the soup, as it were. Yeah, you can, alright? And you probably should. It does mean capturing like 120 other humans to crush down and feed to this one other human to make the superhuman, but we just don't want to think about it too much. So that's a huge little increase too that you can certainly do. Finally, the human is the normal type, which means you can go around and capture a load of something like Creamus, which, while in your party, will passively increase the damage of normal attacks being done. Which means, yes, your human explosive rocket punch, which counts as a normal type attack, and that's where you get like 20k thwack hits, which is just hilarious. So now you're in a position where you have got an absolutely maxed out destroyer of a syndicate that actually does ridiculously decent damage and is an all-round just incredibly powerful pal. He's obviously a little bit limited in that all he can do is leap, punch, leap, punch, leap, punch, and that's sort of it. But in terms of a damage machine, and especially early on if you grab yourself a Syndicate Grenadier, who has a similar effect in that he still explosively punches, he's just weaker than the Elite, but you can get one of him at like level 10, you actually have a really potent early game stomper that will just kind of make everything super easy, especially Zoe and Grisball, so that's quite hilarious too. But yeah, if you get yourself a Syndicate Elite, get him to level 50, get some attack food, get a party full of Creamus, full essence condense him, and Statue of Power him, you are going to end up with a dude that is quite capable of, within 3 minutes, comfortably solo punching down something like Lily and Lylene without you having to help in any way, shape, or form with multiple thousand damage punches. I think that is absolutely brilliant and definitely something worth knowing. So this has been my talk on how to train your human. Look, I've just seen everywhere that, oh, it's a shame that humans are useless in combat, so I wanted to see if I could challenge that notion, and this is what the result is. I captured one of every single human type in the game, and found the ones that actually still do contribute in battle, and how to best capitalize on that. Whether you think that humans should be, used as combat pals or even capturable, that's a whole other story, and certainly one of the funnier aspects of the game. I think there is a kinda, obviously if you can put pals in the pal sphere, why can you not do humans? Clearly it just targets creatures and puts them in, that's all great. Like, imagine in PvP, there was like the datamine radar sphere that lets you steal other people's pals, but imagine if you could just throw a pal sphere at someone else that, actually, the trainer, the person playing, and then it captures them and it just counts as a one-hit KO and they have to respawn. Oh, that's just it. They're just gone forever until they get thrown back out. That would be absolutely grim. I would love to know your thoughts on actual capturing humans and using them, and I would love to know even more than that if you have watched this and gone, yes, I can finally use a human in combat and it's really effective, or if you're more camp, I mean, that's neat. It's cool to see a human punching a thwack for 18,000 damage. That's nice. I'm glad I know that happens. But no, I think I will leave my, human ball times as far away from me as absolutely possible. In any case, I thought this was a little bit of fun. Like you've enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more. Consider supporting the future of this channel on Patreon down below. And until we meet again, a good Bye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.